Good morning, dear children, and welcome back for your online classes of English. Today, we will start the new chapter from our English grammar book. But before to this, if you remember, in the previous class, I taught you about my dog Marcus, and I told you that if you are having a dog, then you have to tell me the name. Before to that, I want to show you my dog because earlier many a times whenever I am giving you any task, before that I am doing and showing you the task, isn't it? That's why this time also I'll be showing you my dog. So this is my dog and his name is Shiro and I love my dog. Okay? So dear children, today we will be starting a new chapter from your English grammar book, that is second chapter, phrases and clauses. In class 7th also I have told you about phrases and clauses. First of all, we learnt about the sentence. I think you people remember. What is a sentence? When the group of words make a complete meaningful sense, it's known as sentence. And what are phrases? Phrases are also a group of words. They too make sense, but incomplete sense. And clauses, what are clauses? Clauses, it's the part of a sentence which has its own subject and predicate. So what are phrases? Phrases are also the group of words which make sense but incomplete sense. Clauses are the part of a sentence which has its own subject and predicate. Subject and predicate I explained you in sentence if you remember. Okay? So today we will learn what are they. What are phrases and clauses and how they both are different from each other. So let's start with phrases. The phrase. Unlike sentences, some groups of words make sense but not complete sense. That's what I told you just now. That unlike sentences, some groups of words make sense but not complete sense. It is known as phrase. See, a group of words which make sense but not complete sense, it's known as phrase. Okay? Example. See the examples given over here. In the park. It is having meaning. It makes sense, but it is not complete. Is it? In the park. Park में. Park के अंदर. But does it make a complete sentence? No. Fine beaches. Beaches, how was the beach? So the beach is fine. Is it? So I told you the complete sentence, but here it's given fine beaches. In the same way, made of gold. It also makes sense. सोने से बना हुआ. But what is made of gold? क्या बना हुआ सोने से? That is not mentioned. So it is also a phrase which makes a sense but not complete sense. Understood? We cannot call every group of words a phrase. A phrase must make some sense. So here it's given that every group of word we cannot say that okay, this is phrase. Half it is, so it is phrase. The sense is there, so it is phrase. No. We should have to keep in our mind that any group of words doesn't make a phrase. For being a phrase, the words, the group of words must have some sense. Without sense, if any sentence is given or if any word is given, so like for example, see, I have written over here, has fine. What is the meaning of has fine? Nothing. Does it make any sense? No. That is why it is not a phrase. Fine beaches. It makes a phrase because it is having sense. What sense? Fine. How are the beaches? The beaches are fine. Acha beach. Fine beach. Okay. So that's why any group of words without sense doesn't make a phrase. But a group of words which makes a phrase should be having some sense. Okay. Next. Same, it is also a phrase only. To understand how phrases can help in shortening the conversation between two persons or two people, consider this example. First person, where to keep this box? The first person is saying, the first person is asking, where to keep this box? So what the second person is saying? Casually, the second person, formal reply. The second person will give you a formal reply. What formal reply the second person will give you? Keep this box in a corner. Keep this box in a corner. That will be a formal reply. But if you'll see in a form of phrase, then the casual reply will be in a corner. Okay, so this is your phrase. I hope you understood. What is given over here is that a phrase for making the conversation shorten. It contains two persons. Like for this example, the first person is asking where to keep this box. So the second person, they can give formal reply also and they can give casual reply also. If the second person is giving formal reply, it will not come under phrase. But if casual reply we will see, it will come under phrase. Just now I told you, the second person can say, keep this box in a corner. So the second person is telling that you can keep this box in a corner. So it is a formal reply in which the person has used the full sentence. But according to phrase, if that person is saying that in a corner, where to keep this box? In a corner. So any corner, in a corner. So that becomes a casual reply. Okay. One more example given over here. First person is saying, how were the beaches of Goa? The first person is saying that, how were the beaches of Goa? So how the second person is replying? Goa has fine beaches. The first person said, how is the beaches of Goa? So the second person is giving formal reply, Goa has fine beaches. That means full sentence that person has used. But if we will see according to the phrase, then what will come? Fine beaches. Is it? How is the beaches of Goa? Fine beaches. Like that normally the people are replying. So when we are replying, when the first person is asking us anything, and when we are replying, we will be the second person. And if you are replying, if the second person is replying the question's answer in a full sentence, that will be termed as formal reply and it will come under sentence. But if that same person is telling or replying the answer in a very shortened way, to make the conversation short, if that person is replying in a very shortened way, then that will come under phrase. Like how here that person has used, how is the beaches of Goa? Fine beaches. I hope you all understood. See the picture of the beach at Goa, India. Okay. The one same thing is given over here for the phrase again. Phrases are part of sentences and mostly used for shortening the conversation between two persons or people. Just now I told you. For example, in the following sentences, the group of words in bold are phrases. Just now I told you. Same thing is given over here. Goa has fine beaches. So what is the phrase over here? Fine beaches. Second, life is full of joys and sorrows. So what is the second one? Joys and sorrows. A policeman must have verified his address proof. So, must have verified. I hope you all understood what our phrase is. See, in your book, page number 11, this definition of phrases and clauses given over there. This is from your book. Okay, page number 11. Lesson 2, phrases and clauses. First, phrases. A phrase is a group of words that can act as an adjective, adverb, or noun in a sentence. A phrase does not contain a finite verb but may contain a non-finite verb. What are the non-finite verb? A participle, an infinitive, or a gerund. It does not make complete sense. What does not make complete sense? Phrases. It does not make complete sense but can have meaning through its relation to some part of the sentence in which it stands. Just now I explained you. Now from this para, rest thing whatever I have explained you for the phrases, it is same. Only this thing like finite verb, non-finite, participle, infinitive or gerund, this I will explain you now. Verb. Verb, all are knowing what is verb? Any action thing in which some action is going on. Is it? That is known as your verb. So now verb has been bifurcated into two parts. They are finite and non-finite. Non-finite is again bifurcated into three parts. They are infinitives. Infinitives I have already taught you. Gerund, participles. This also I taught you in class 7th. But infinitive recently I taught you in the previous class. Okay. So let's have a look. Finite verb. What are finite verb? A finite verb has a subject and shows tense. A finite verb will be having a subject and every time it will show us tense. How many types of tense are there? Past tense, present tense, future tense. So, past tense. If you remember, we have learned this past tense, present tense and future tense in class 7th also. That past tense, present tense and future tense, again it had been divided into four different parts. That details I am not giving you over here. Okay, that tense we'll learn in the tense chapter. So casually we'll see now that a finite verb has a subject and shows tense. Okay, so what a finite verb? Finite verb has a subject and shows tense. So let's see the examples now. The example of it. The thief escaped again. The thief escaped again. So what is the subject over here? The thief. The thief is the subject. Okay. The thief. It's the subject. Okay. And this escaped, it is your finite verb. How you can say that escaped is a finite verb? Escape means what? Bhag jana. Is it? Escape means chupke bhag jana. So bhag jana means run away. Is it? So some verb is going on there, some action is going on. So for that reason it's a verb. And how it could be a finite verb? Because we can able to see a tense over there. Normal if it is escape means it will be the verb first form. But ed given. What given over there? Ed. That shows that escape, escaped, escaped. So which tense it is? Past tense. Is it? See. The thief, it's a subject. Escaped again. In this, escaped is your finite verb because it is showing tense. Which tense? Past tense. In the same way, second one, Sarah. Sarah is a subject. Crying with joy, it's your predicate. Okay. So, What is subject and predicate? I told you in sentence also that subject, what? Tell me. It will be Sarah crying with joy. So Sarah is the subject because in the sentence has been divided into two parts. They are subject and predicate. Sarah is the subject, crying with joy is your predicate. Why Sarah is subject? Because about whom we are talking. Who or what? Remember subject? Subject of a sentence tells us who or what does something. So, who or what? Who is that person? Sarah. Sarah is the person who is doing something. So, that will come under your subject. And what Sarah is doing. Like here, what Sarah is doing? She is crying with joy. So, that will come under your predicate. Subject means what does who? Who is the person doing the thing? Who is the person doing the action? And what action that person is doing, that will come under your predicate. Okay, so what is the finite verb over here? Is is the finite verb. And what is? Which tense? Is a helping verb and it comes under present tense. Okay, is, are, am, all this comes under your present tense. Was, were, these all comes under your past tense helping verb. I hope you all understood. Next, here are the definition. Verbs can be finite or non-finite. A finite verb in a sentence indicates the tense. It also has to agree with its subject in person and number. The form of verb changes according to the tense. A finite verb forms an essential part of a sentence and is closely connected to the subject of the sentence. First, a finite verb is limited by tense. And what are those tense? Just now I told you, past tense, present tense or future tense. Okay. Then again the bifurcation is there, like for past also simple past we are having, then past continuous we are having, past perfect we are having, past perfect continuous we are having, is it? In the same way for present and future. So here are some examples given over there. And the different forms of verbs are used with or without helping verb. So the various examples. She goes to school every day. It is present tense. Why? Because you can able to see goes given. Goes comes under your present tense. In the same way, second example, she went to school yesterday. Went, past tense. She was going. So was going, was past, ing with going, that comes under your past continuous. So these, that a finite verb is limited by tense. In the same way, a finite verb is limited by number also. That means either it can be singular or it can be plural. Singular means one and plural means many. For example, the girl sings well. Here how many girls are there? Only one girl. That's why it is a singular subject. And the second example, the girls sing well. How many girls are there? Many in number. Because it is not given over that how many girls are there, but girls, S, which shows that it comes under your plural subject. In the same way, third one, a finite verb is limited by person. It changes according to the person. So how many types of person are there? Three types. First person, second person, third person. First person means I, because I am saying. Second person means you, because you people are hearing, listening to me. And when we both, that is the first and the second person, when we both will be talking about the person who is not present over here, that person we will call as a third person. Okay, so first person I, second person you, third person he, she, they. Example we'll see. I speak English. I is first person. She speaks English. So she is your third person. A sentence cannot make complete sense without a finite verb. A non-finite verb is not limited by tense. So all of you understood about finite verb? That finite verb is limited by tense, it is limited by number, as well as it is limited by person. But non-finite verb, it is not limited by tense, not limited by number, and not limited by person. But there are non-finite verbs are of three kinds. They are participles, gerunds, infinitives. So, non-finite verb, it cannot be the main verb in a sentence. It is usually an extension of a sentence and can be left out. So, the three kinds are participle, gerunds, infinitives. First, we'll learn about participle. A participle is a verb that ends in ing or ed or en and is used both as a verb and adjective. So for the participles, what we can see that either it will end with ing or ed or en. Ed means normally past tense or past participle which we are taking. Like for example, escape, escaped, escaped. Ed is there, past tense and past participle. And en example means break, broke, broken. Break, broke, broken. So that en is there in the past participle. Three forms of verb you people are knowing, no? That is verb first form, then second form, third form. Okay, present tense, past tense, past participle. So if the present tense is break, what will be the past tense? Broke. What will be the past participle? Broken. In the same way, first is escape. Second will be escaped, escaped. Move, moved, moved. Okay, so that ed or en coming at the end of the word, which shows its past participle form, that will comes under your a participle. A participle is a verb that ends in ing or ed or en and is used both as a verb and adjective. Now a gerund. A gerund is a verb which is also used as a noun. Keep in your mind that when we are taking ing in the participle, at that time we have to see whether the word is verb or adjective. Okay. Now you people might be thinking, no, that madam, in participle also we are using ing. In gerund also we are using ing. How we will come to know the difference? So, when you are taking the participle, the ing which you are taking, either it will be a verb or an adjective. But when you are talking about a gerund is a verb. When you are talking about a gerund, every time you have to keep in your mind that after the noun, we have to see that a gerund is a verb which is also used as a noun. Most probably, a gerund is a verb which is also used as a noun. Okay, so what are gerund? They are also used as noun. Example, walking is the best form of exercise. So here also we have put up with walk. Walk is a verb and it acts as a noun in the sentence. Noun is a name of a place, person, thing. Remember? So here walk acts as a noun. That's why we have placed over here ing with this. Walking is the best form of exercise. Infinitive, I have told you in the previous class also that with the verb, when we are adding to, before the verb, when we are adding to, at that time it becomes an infinitive. Like for example, walk, to walk, write, to write, run, to run. Okay, so all these are your infinitives. I hope you all understood phrase now, that a phrase is a group of words that can act as an adjective, adverb or noun in a sentence. A phrase does not contain a finite verb but may contain a non-finite verb. That means it will not contain a finite verb, that is not by person, not by number and not by tense, but it may contain non-finite verb which regards your participle, infinitive or gerund. Next, the types, phrase types and examples. So in the book also 5 types of phrases are given and they are First one, noun phrase. So before learning about noun phrase, let's see what is noun. A noun is a person, place or thing. What does a noun? What shows a noun? A noun is a place, person or thing. Example, person, teacher or principal. They are person. Place, school, gym. It's a place. Thing, desk, pen, pencil, book. All this comes under your things. So understood? Person, place and thing. They are nouns. Now noun phrase. Noun phrase, a group of word headed by a noun that includes modifier. A group of word headed by a noun that includes modifier is known as noun phrase. Or you can also say a group of words that does the function of a noun. Okay, a group of words that does the function of a noun in a sentence is called a noun phrase. Example, the man, a girl, the doggy in the window. Okay, all these are your examples. The man, so here man is the head noun. A girl, girl is the head noun. The doggy, here doggy is the head noun. Okay, they are the main. And modifier, what modifiers we have taken over here? The, a, the man, a girl, the doggy. All these are your modifiers. Examples in sentences. See the examples. My brother. So here brother is your noun and my is your modifier. My brother is trying to convince the family that he is. My brother is trying to convince the family that he is a compulsive liar. None of us believes a word of it. In this family, liar, none, word, all this comes under your head noun. A, all this comes under your modifier. Okay, so examples in sentence. My brother is trying to convince the family that he is a compulsive liar. None of us believes a word of it. So understood? What a noun phrase? A group of words that does the function of a noun in a sentence is called a noun phrase. So here also the group of words, it is doing the function of a noun. So it will be called as noun phrase, and modifiers the, a, all these are your modifiers. Next, adjective. So before learning about adjective phrase, let's see the adjectives. An adjective is a word that describes a noun or pronoun such as a person, place, thing or idea. This I have explained you, that adjectives which describes a noun or pronoun. Okay, what are adjectives? They describe a noun or pronoun such as person, place, thing. See, all the examples are given. An adjective can tell color, size, shape, taste, odor, texture, sound, number, weather. One example is also given. A pleasant purr came from the furry black kitten. So here pleasant is your adjective and furry black kitten, that is also your adjective. It's telling the quality of a noun or pronoun. Now let's see adjective phrase. An adjective phrase is a group of words that describes a noun or pronoun in sentence. The adjective phrase can be placed before or after the noun or pronoun in the sentence. So what are adjective phrase? They act as an adjective in the sentence. Okay, what are adjective phrase? They does the function of an adjective in a sentence. And where we have to place it? The adjective phrase can be placed before or else after the noun or pronoun in the sentence. Okay, for example, my neighbor is a man of bad temper. So, a man of bad temper, that temper means normal. Okay, but bad temper, how the temper was? The temper was very bad. So that bad shows you that it is an adjective. Okay. Next is your adverb phrase. Before adverb phrase, let's see about adverbs. An adverb is a word that describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It tells how often, when, and where. So, like adjective, adverb also describes a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Examples: how often, when, where. All these are examples. The trumpeter swan glided silently across the pond. So silently is your adverb, and most probably ly we are putting at the end of the word, which shows that it is a adverb. Now adverb phrase. What is an adverb phrase? An adverb phrase is a group of words that does the work as an adverb. That I told you, that it also does the same function as an adverb in the sentence. The adverb phrase has as its head an adverb, which may be preceded by pre-modifier and followed by post-modifier. So the adverb, it has been headed and preceded by pre-modifier and followed by post-modifier. Modifier I already told you, a, the, all these are your modifiers. So a group of words that does the function of an adverb in a sentence is called as adverb phrase. For example, they run really fast. Okay, or he behaved in a foolish manner. So here, in a foolish manner, it is a adverb phrase. The next topic, out of these all kinds, we have learned about noun, adjective, adverb. 2 more are there that we'll learn in the next class, and then we will continue with the book work. Thank you, children.